What's up guys, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 3 strategies that you can use to win a lot more games in Go Battle League. So without just further ado, let's just jump into it. So the first strategy is going to be counting moves. Now this is something that takes a lot of practice. It actually is something that becomes a habit after you do it for enough times, and that's when you know that you kind of are getting the hang of it, is when you start to instinctively count like moves and stuff like that. So we're gonna show you a couple battles. One of them is gonna be a bonus battle, and one just gonna be the main battle that illustrates this point. And so let's just get into it. So we're going up against a battler, Neba23. So hit play here. And the team I'm using right now is I'm using Driftblim. I'm just testing out something different, but anyways, I'm using Driftblim as the lead. We do catch Altaria, which is awesome. We're gonna throw Icy Winds because it lowers their attack and it's double super effective against Altaria. So for some reason they're staying in, that's fine. They're probably trying to land a sky attack, and since I debuffed it, I was able to not shield. Anyways, I get one more off, and then it's going to faint me down. And so what I'm going to do is bring in Registeel, and then what will happen is they're going to switch into... Actually, I switched into Melmetal, I'm sorry. So, because the Melmetal has no shields, I know it's going to be a superpower because they really have nothing to lose at this point, so they have to throw superpower. So I knew to shield there, and then I go Focus Blast, and we one-shot it. Okay, so now, right here I'm pausing it because right at this point in time in the animation is when their next Pokemon can start attacking, and you don't even know yet. So if you're playing with the volume off, you won't be able to hear, but if you play with the volume on, you will be able to hear. So what happens is a Stunfisk comes in, and you see those numbers, 4, 5, I was counting, and then I switched. The reason I did that is because it takes 5 Mud Shots to get to a Mud Bomb, and I knew I could absorb that damage very easily with Shiftry because it resists all of its moves that Stunfisk has. So you're going to see here, I'm going to hit a Mud Bomb, and I'm going to pause it here because you think... First of all, you think Shiftry is looking like he's in agony, but he's actually laughing because he's resistant to all those moves from Stunfisk. But I want to go into strategy number 2, which is overcharging. Now, overcharging, as the name implies, you're charging up energy by doing quick moves, right? Well, once the bubble goes green and you're full, you can still do a couple extra, as many quick moves as you want to keep going. So watch here, 1, 2. Even though my circles were both full, I did 2 more extra snarls just to get some extra energy to overcharge a little bit. And so what that does is it helps me get to another charge move in the next matchup, or just helps me get there quicker when a new Pokemon comes in. And so here I shield, and now since I was only 1 snarl away from a foul play, I can get a foul play off and do some more damage to Altaria before it KOs me. So you see there, had I not had enough energy, it would have got to its second sky attack before me, and I wouldn't have been able to do any more damage. Alright, so now I have Registeel back in, and I'm going to pause it here because I'm going to get into my third tip, which is undercharging. Now, undercharging is where you basically on purpose don't swipe all the bubbles because you want to do less damage. So watch here. I'm actually going to swipe not at all, because I want Altaria to stay alive just a little bit so that I can farm it a little bit and get some more energy. And so now when Stunfisk comes in, I can get to my charge move quicker and beat it to the charge move so that I win the match. Now, had I knocked out that Altaria with a full, fully strength flash cannon, I would not have been able to do that. Stunfisk would have beat me to the charge move, and I probably would have lost. And that happens in a lot of matches where you want to farm up a little bit of extra energy, and yeah, it's a very, very good strategy to do. So just something to think about, something to try out in your battles. Once you get the hang of it, you'll win a lot more matches. Alright, so now it is time for the bonus battle. So we are going up against Mr. Arduke here, and I got my Driftblim lead again, Driftblim, and we have a Marowak lead. Now this matchup can go any which way, because they're both super effective against each other, the ghost moves. So it all depends on the shields. It's kind of like Registeel versus Registeel. It's really a guessing game, so this kind of matchup is really sketchy. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. So I get lucky and I shield the Shadow Ball, which would have KO'd me if it went through. I'm going to go with a shield bait here, hoping that he'll shield, and he does, so that's awesome. And I lowered its attack. but its Shadow Ball is going to knock me out anyway. So here I can't decide what to do, and I just shield at the very last second. I almost didn't press it, so I got very lucky there. And then I go in for an Icy Wind, which is enough to KO it because it's so low. Okay, so now we have Azumarill coming in, and I'm going to throw Icy Wind because my original plan here was to just debuff it a bunch of times, and then I can bring in, you know, Shiftry or something, and its moves won't do that much damage. So, but you'll see what happens. It actually almost backfires. So all while I'm doing that, right, he's still farming up energy, and then once I bring in Shiftry, he switches out real quick. So now he's got a bunch of energy stored up, and the debuff is gone, because once you switch out, all those, you know, buffs or debuffs, they don't apply anymore. They kind of cancel out. So now I have Tropius versus my Registeel. Obviously, this is a good matchup for us. It is good that we had switch advantage because it still kind of keeps us in control of the match. But that Azumarill in the back with all that energy is very, very dangerous. So let's see what happens. I throw in the Splash Cannon. Azumarill comes out, already ready to go with a charge move, and he throws a Hydro Pump and just barely almost KOs us right there. So now we have Shiftry. We have a little bit of energy stored up, which was good. And so I throw a Leaf Blade. It just gets it. And then he has an Ice Beam coming at us. So this is going to be extremely close. And then we get one Snarl off, and we just barely win. So that was a crazy game. Very nerve-wracking, but it was so close, and I'm glad that we won it. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you you know, have some friends who are struggling with Go Battle League, or, you know, trying to get up to rank 8 or to rank 9, or rank 10 even, show them this video because I think it really will help a lot. These 3 strategies that you can see, I used them, all 3 of them in one game. Sometimes you need to do that to pull out those wins. And it's hard to do every single time because you got to be on your game, but it's just something that will help you, I think, get a lot more wins. So anyways, hope you like this video, and we will see you in the next one.